How do we get our kids excited about classical music? Or even if it's not even excited, just willing to listen to it without complaining? That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome. Hello friend, my name's Pam Wilson. I'm an elementary music teacher in Northern Virginia. I've been teaching for over 20 years and I'm excited to share with you today what I do to help kids understand classical music. I think before kids understand how to really listen to music, they need to have a vocabulary. They need to have tools so that they can speak about it and understand what it is that they're actually hearing. We as adults forget sometimes that we've been listening to this music for a long, long time. So we're like, of course that's a trumpet. Of course that's loud. Of course that's fast. And we may even have musical terminology to say those things. It is forte. It is adagio. It is part of the string section. We have those terms, but the kids don't. And depending on what grade they're in and how long you have been with them, they will have more or fewer of those terms. So the first thing that we do in the year, earlier in the year, usually in October in my school district, we do a unit called the language of music, or using the language of music. And in that unit, students start to really understand what are the different parts of music, the basic elements of music that make it up. Because it is always a spiral, we always start very simple with opposites with the kindergarten and the first grade. So it's loud and soft, fast and slow, right? Opposite, smooth and bumpy. But as the kids get older and older, they start to learn actual terminology. They learn forte and piano. And then as they get older, they go forte and mezzo, forte, mezzo, piano, and piano. And then as they get older, they expand it to the full vocabulary. To help illustrate this idea for my students, I have a graphic of a toolbox that I show them. Depending on the grade level, I have more or fewer objects on that toolbox. For my sixth graders, it includes dynamics, tempo, rhythm and beat, articulation or how it's played, texture or how many things are happening at one time, tonality, whether it's major or minor, and of course the tone color or timbre, so what instruments are playing. You might notice on the graphic, the title of the slide is Music Sets the Mood. Several years ago, I was thinking, why do we have all of these different tools and what does it do? It actually helps set the mood of the music. Lots of listening sheets have, how does this make you feel? And I was tired of students saying, it doesn't make me feel anything, or it's boring. It makes me feel tired. It makes me feel angry. And that's not what the music actually, that's not the mood, that's not the intention, shall we say, of the composer. I don't think the composer wanted to make you feel bored, all right? So what is the actual core going on here? And for me, it's setting the mood of the music. What mood was the composer intending to convey? Since I have switched to this in my listening, I'm going to tell you kids are responding way, way, way better. They are responding with, oh, I think he meant for us to think this was funny. I think she meant for us to be excited. I think that this song is very creepy and scary, and so it must be a minor tonality. And so they start to make the connections about, if you want it happy and jumpy, it's probably going to be in a major tonality. It's probably going to have certain instruments. It's probably going to have, and so they can start to predict because there's a mood. And I've been really positively surprised and excited because my older kids in particular, they're like, oh yeah, well, it's a happy song. Of course it's a major tonality. So now later in the year, when you come back to that, they're like, of course. So I encourage you to try starting with the mood of the music. If you like this approach, you may want to download the listening sheet that's linked below. That'll get you started with having your kids think about the mood first, and then think about around the sides of that, what tools is the composer using to create the mood that we wrote about in the middle. Thanks for watching today. I hope you learned a little bit about the tools and the basic elements of music to help your students to understand what they're listening to so they can start actually enjoying the music that they hear. In my next video, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on different worksheets and why you would choose this particular listening sheet versus this one, and how to get kids writing about music. If you like videos like this one, comment 5 secrets and I will send you out the 5 secret music teacher hacks written especially for newer music teachers.